I just said hi twice. We are going to be starting the bake along soon. We're waiting for Mr. Tom Allen to request so that we can add him in. I hope you're all excited to be making afternoon tea with Tom, because I am very excited. Is he joining?
I can't see. Oh, here we go. He says hello. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Michelle. Hey, Penny. Hey, everyone. Hey, Vela. One question. Someone says, how are you today?
I'm good today. Nick and I did our exercise of the day, which went on a cycle ride, and we cycled into central London, which was very, very bizarre. There was no...
Tom, is that we're dialing Tom in now?
Piccadilly Circus was just empty. Very strange.
Hey, Tom. Hey.
Hi, David.
Hello,
Hang on.
Tom.
I'm not used to this. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
Turn it up.
Wait. 1 second.
Turn it up, Tom.
Can you hear us, Tom? No. Let's see. Let's try. We may have to dial out and do it again. One sec.
How do I?
One sec.
Oh!
What about
now
now,
I can
Tom?
hear you.
Yes. Hey, Tom.
Hi, David. How are you?
I am very good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm fine. This is my first live video on Instagram, so I'm quite stressed.
Actually, it was quite strange. The first one I did last week, I was very stressed beforehand.
Oh, really? Hang on, I'm going to turn this up and off. Give them a minute. I can't get the angles right, so I've just propped you up against my Le Creuset.
Perfect. Do you not have a ring light?
No,
Please
don't ask me personal questions. Not in front of Linda. Linda is
in the background.
Yes, Linda. How's Linda doing? How does she manage it with the locked-in?
She's a bit tipped back today. So I don't know. I think she might have been having a few drinks last night. That's what I'm worried about. Hang on, I've got to move this. I have this better. Hang on, I'm here. I'm going to make this better so you can actually see. Oh, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm now crouching because I can't get the angles right.
This is going to be good for your quads, this one.
The what, sorry?
This will be good for your quads, your quad muscles.
Oh, yes, that's good for my quads, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I'm going to have buns of steel and stones of steel as well.
Well, let's hope not. So, are you ready to make some scones? Do you say scones?
I did say scones because I used to say scones, and then people said, "No, you can say scones. Don't be ashamed of yourself."
Yeah, I think you can just say that. I think there's a lot more puns when you go with scone rather than scone.
Maybe. I feel like people, there's a big National Trust snobbery around it. I think basically.
My friend did a YouTube video, which you probably can still find, called "Scone in 60 Seconds," where she just eats a scone in 60 seconds.
I mean, what is the internet sometimes?
Exactly. So do you have all the ingredients? Have you managed to get either to the shops, or did you just happen to have all these ingredients already?
We had all these ingredients in. So, and look, I found some baking powder.
Yes. Good, good.
And milk.
Right, well, let's start, because we can, while things are kind of cooking, we can do a bit of chatting as well, but let's start with the actual bake, shall we?
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll stand up then. How have you got this angle right? Oh, anyway, what do I need?
Okay, we're going to start off with the self-raising. We're going to start off with the self-raising flour.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is going to make quite a few scones, so if people want to do less, they can half it. Sometimes when you've got an egg in a recipe, sometimes if you've got an egg, it's harder to half a recipe.
Okay.
This is not a good idea.
I don't understand how. This was fine a minute ago with the angle. Anyway, what do I
Okay.
do?
Yeah, if you have an egg in a recipe, sometimes it's hard to half it. Whereas this one, because we're not using an egg, it's quite good. With scones, there's two things you can do. You can either go and kind of enrich them, so you have egg and sugar and more butter, but they tend to be a bit heavier. These ones are going to be more light and fluffy. I can't stop laughing because Nick's laughing so much. Ah, right.
Okay, fine.
It's so funny.
Great shot of my waistcoat. Hang on, I'm going to push the LaCroix. I'm still here. Hang on, I'm going to push you back a bit. Hang on. I can do this. I had it all ready to go, you know. I was so serious.
So, we need to do 350 grams of self-raising flour.
350. I thought we were doing 175.
We're doing 175. Did I already half this?
I think you did. You already halved it, I think, Dave. You already halved it.
Okay, 175 grams of self-raising flour. So therefore, opposite of what I said,
on her wedding day.
if you want to double this, then you're going to get more scones, obviously.
Oh,
Right.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Carol Vorderman.
I don't actually know how many this makes. Oh, actually, top tip for scones is you want to preheat your oven now. Have you started your oven? Have you preheated your
It
oven?
makes a lot of noise.
Okay, mine makes a bit of noise as well. I'm going to preheat my oven and preheat it with your tin in. So,
Tins.
like classic baking sheet.
A sheet.
So I'm going to preheat my oven with my tin already in.
Like this.
And we're going to heat it up to about 180. Perfect, yes.
180.
180. Okay, so 175 grams of flour.
Should
And
we
we're
sieve
gonna
the
then-
flour, David? Should we sieve it?
No. Do you know what? People always talk about sieving flour to keep like the aeration. That doesn't actually do anything. People sieve flour because in the past you'd have like stones and like bits of, I don't know what animals in it.
Stones in the flour.
Yeah, stones and insects and things. But now it doesn't matter. Like, well, I don't do it anyway.
Right.
To your flour, we need to add the butter.
How much?
Actually, first of all, let's put the baking powder in now. So this is self-raising flour, but for scones, I think it needs a little bit more of a rise. So we're just going to put half a teaspoon of baking powder in as well.
Half a teaspoon.
Yeah. At first, Tom didn't know if he was going to be able to get baking powder, and he had bicarbonate of soda. Just so people know, if you're using bicarb, you use half the amount, and you've got to put some kind of acid in, because there's an acid that reacts with it. So using like a teaspoon of lemon juice or something would work in the milk. But if you've got baking powder, this is good.
Half a teaspoon.
Yeah. So now we're going to put. What did I say on the recipe for butter? Did I say 40 grams of butter?
I think you said like 85 maybe?
How much?
85 or something? What were you going to put in? 170?
Do you know what? I think
David, you don't seem very sure.
I think I've got it wrong. I think it's 350. I think we should go with 350 grams of flour.
So you want me to put more flour in?
Yeah.
All right. We're going up to 350.
Yeah. I might just check on Nick's phone. Nick, can you pass me your phone? I'm just going to check my own recipe. I don't want to get this wrong for people. No?
Hang on, I don't know what's going on with the LaCroix. Other people.
Nick, where's the
I've
actual...
spoken to Maya Jammer before this. She'd know what to do. Hang on.
Nick, how
Hang on,
much?
I'm here. How's that? Have I got my face in it? Still my
Yes,
face
perfect.
off.
It's pretty good.
What are people saying? I can't even see the screen.
Wait, I'll read it out. I'll do shout outs.
Smoking his.
Right, so we've got the 350. So we're going to go with 85 grams of butter. Yeah?
So put 350 grams of flour and half
Yeah.
a teaspoon of baking powder. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. And now we're going to go with 85 grams of butter. And we're going to...
85 grams of butter.
Yeah, and people can use, if you need to, if you've got margarine or vegetable spreads, which always sounds so nice, don't they? Vegetable spreads. You can put those in at this point.
Vegetable spreads was my nickname in prison. Okay. So, 85... How is it still chopping off my head? I'm at the very end. Oh, that's better. That's better. So, 85 grams of butter.
Yeah.
People are asking how much baking powder if they use plain flour.
If you use plain flour, I would put 2 teaspoons of baking powder in.
What about lard? Can you use lard, David?
You can actually, yeah. Lard isn't used as much anymore, but lard makes things very soft. Lard's lovely for these kind of things. Sometimes it smells a bit when you're like, working with it, but it actually is okay.
So what am I on now? So I'm on 350. So I want that to go to there and a bit more. A bit more of that.
And we're going to be rubbing the butter into the flour. You've probably heard about this before, so you get like breadcrumbs.
Yes. I've got very short fingers, you know.
Are they cold or are they warm?
So I've got it all. Am I doing it right? Is that what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah. So you're basically just rubbing it so that the butter goes into the flour and makes kind of breadcrumbs, but you don't really want to melt the butter. So you want to do it quite quickly.
Do this.
So some people like rub it between their fingers and some people kind of rub it in their hands like this.
Okay.
You can actually, if you have like a mixer, you could put it in the mixer, but we're all stuck at home with loads of time on our hands, so this is a good thing to do.
Yeah, what's the rush, David? What's the rush?
Exactly.
Tom, people are asking if you're mixing in a plant pot.
Is it actually?
It kind of looks like it.
Tom, are you mixing in a plant pot?
This looks horrible.
What's your mixing bowl?
It's an orange bowl that my mum got given as a wedding present just 46 years ago, David. Can you imagine?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think Nigel Slater would have a ceramic one, wouldn't he?
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure.
Probably one that he took like years to choose and probably found in France somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a glass Pyrex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you've got Pyrex, have you?
Yeah, this one's Pyrex. I'm quite clumsy, so I'm quite good at breaking things and chipping and smashing. So pottery would be good for me. Right, how are you getting on with your breadcrumbs?
This is not looking like breadcrumbs.
Do you know what? They say breadcrumbs. It never really looks like breadcrumbs because breadcrumbs are chunkier.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The mise-en-scene here is really going amok, isn't it, Linda?
So, here's a tip, Tom. Once it starts coming together like this, what you should be able to do is grab onto it, and it should kind of come together as a form, and then really easily crumble out again.
If you get cramp in your fingers, is that normal?
Yeah, I've actually got cramp as well. You just need to practice more, like massaging people helps, because then you use your fingers and your thumbs.
We don't all live in Clapham, you know, David.
Right, I'm there. Are you there?
Right, okay. I think it is actually looking quite, like you say, quite breadcrumby.
Cool, perfect. I don't like having dry hands, so I'm just going to quickly wash my hands.
Yeah, wash your hands, everybody.
Right. Next is some
Okay, I'll get on my
sugar.
Keep the people entertained.
Are you washing your hands as well? Good, right.
Yeah, I am. I'm washing my hands.
So next is sugar.
My hands.
You know, these scones,
my hands.
these scones are actually reasonably okay for you because there's not actually a lot of butter or sugar. Compared to a cake where you'd have equal to the flour, you would have the sugar and the butter and then loads of eggs. This just has a little bit of butter, a little bit of sugar, and some milk. It's good for you.
What? Hang on. I'm still here.
Good.
He's watching his hands.
So, what are we doing?
Now we're going to add the caster sugar.
Caster sugar, yeah, how much?
So we're going to do 50 grams. I did an online shop and didn't realise that this was the size of sugar I was going to get, so I'm going to go with a spoon because I'm scared I'm going to tip the whole thing in.
People are asking if they can use brown sugar.
Yes. You can use brown sugar if you want to. It will just mean that your scones are a bit richer. They might not rise as nicely, but they'll be a darker colour, they'll be richer.
Fair enough.
So...
Is it the same amount of brown sugar?
Yes, equal amount. I would say go for the soft brown if possible. Not that everyone just has every available sugar, but if you do, then that's probably better than a demerara. Now, if you want to, you can put a pinch of salt in at this point. I always put a pinch of salt in.
What are you putting in?
Just a pinch of salt.
Oh, yeah, you know who loves that is Samin Nosrat. Have you read her book, David?
Yes, it's really good.
Isn't it? There's that one
Yeah, I
that's
think
based
so.
on Italy just eating ham. I love that episode. Malden sea salt, is that okay?
Yeah, make sure you get it nice and fine, though. Really crunch that. Get more cramp in your fingers.
Just a pinch,
Right.
is it?
Yeah, just a pinch. A pinch is good.
I bet. Right.
Now, we're going to add milk.
How much?
So, it's about 170 mils. So if you make like a little well in the centre of your mix.
Oh, I've got to get a spoon. Hang on. Is it worth it though? That's the thing, isn't it, with so much baking? Is it worth it?
This is definitely worth it. This is quick. This isn't a long bake. This isn't like making some fancy eclairs or like brioche buns or something. So we're going to put in 170 mils.
And what did you say?
170 mils.
170 mils. David, is this going out on my Instagram as well?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Good. Okay, so I've made a well.
Okay, so pour your 170 mils in, which is the same as grams, by the way. If you just do 170 grams, that's fine.
That's fun.
Science.
Is that science, David?
I'm not sure, actually.
In that it's a fact, I suppose it is. Yes.
So, we're going to make... Oh, what are your thoughts of putting raisins in scones, by the way?
Raisins.
Yeah.
My raison d'etre.
Yeah.
I don't really like dried fruit like that. I think it's disgusting. Do you like it?
So you could do yours plain. Nick's requested them because Nick likes raisins.
Does he?
So
Where
I'm
is
a
Nick
bit like,
today?
I don't really care so much. So I'll put a few in.
Where is Nick today?
Nick is here.
Oh, Nick, just a hand.
Hi, Nick.
I'm mixing. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right?
Hey, Dom.
Oh, hi, Nick. Oh, no, I've got it on the thing. Am I doing it right?
Oh, I didn't weigh. That's probably about 20 grams of raisins.
Okay. But I can do plain. You don't mind me doing plain?
No, I normally do plain, actually. So...
You can add it. You can add whatever you want yourself, can't you?
Yeah, you can add some chocolate chunks at this stage. You can add
Chocolate chunks.
some people add vanilla. So now we're just going to bring this together to make a dough. So we're not really wanting
horrible.
to...
You're doing it with your hands. Sorry.
I'm doing it with my hands, yeah. It feels nice though, doesn't it? Like nice and soft.
Kind of nice.
Nice. We're not looking to knead this, we're just looking to bring it together to a dough. And then you just want to put it on a lightly floured surface.
So,
and bring it to a dough just quickly without doing too much mixing. Like, you definitely don't want to... If you knead this too much, they become a bit chewy and tough. So, like, the least you do mixing it around and pushing it around, the better. Have you got a rolling pin, Tom?
have I got what?
A rolling pin.
Probably. Hang on. It's gone everywhere, this bastard thing. Hang on.
So if anyone's got any questions for Tom, any technical baking questions, then go for it.
Have we got any questions? Are people asking questions? Because I have not got time for that.
People, I think, are still admiring your flower pot. And I think people are saying that they can't stop laughing. They're saying that you look a little bit stressed, Tom.
Oh, you're not stressed,
I'm
Tom.
very stressed.
Yeah, a couple people have said that. Wait, there's no question.
I've got to change my angle because no one can see my kneading.
Oh, don't be kneading, though. You're not meant to be kneading.
Hang on, David. Hang on. We're not all like you. Yeah, knead it.
Right.
Oh, now it's gone all dry. It's gone all dry now, David.
It's okay. It'll be very moist in the middle.
That's what they say. Are you sure it's
So you
not
just want to
breaking?
gently roll it out. So it's about 1.5 centimeters to 2 centimeters thick.
1/2 to 2 centimeters. Oh, rolling pin. Okay, wait, one second.
Yeah, 1.5 to 2 centimeters thick. Oh, I forgot to ask you, do you have a cutter? Like a cookie cutter?
Yes, probably.
This one is 5 centimeters, I think.
I think mine are going to be terrible, David. I'm worried.
No, they'll be fine. Honestly, scones, no one can get scones wrong.
People are saying that someone's saying that their daughter wants to add caramel. What's a good way to do that?
Caramel. Whew. It's probably best to make a caramel sauce for afterwards. I've never really thought about caramel in a
Caramel?
scone. Yeah.
Some people are disgusting.
Can you remember Caramac, the chocolate bar? That would be good. That might work. I'm not sure if you can still buy Caramac. So with your cutter, the important thing with scones is that you have a cut edge, so that when they rise in the oven, they can like come up through that cut edge. So I'm going to use the fancy.
Wait a second, Tom. How thick is your dough?
How thick is my dough?
Yeah,
It's a BG style, isn't it?
I think David's ones looks a bit thicker than yours.
Is it too thick? Is it too thick, Nick?
No, it seems like a little bit. It seems a little bit skinny.
You want it to be about
skinny.
2 centimeters thick,
Okay.
so that they're still going to rise, but you want them to have like. We want to go for tall scones. Oh, get off. Like this.
Is that okay, do you think, Nick?
It's a bit hard to judge. Let David show your scone again. Can you see?
This thick.
That size? Is that size good?
I think so. Yeah, it looks like it. Yes.
So it looks like
I
that.
like using raisins because raisins get caught.
Is that too thin?
It's a little bit. It's a little bit thin, but it's a little bit thinner. But I think it will still be fine. I mean, I said Nick. I have no idea.
If it's thin, they'll bake very quickly. You're definitely not going to have it raw, so that's good.
Yeah, no one wants that. Maybe that one's better.
In America, they call these biscuits. This is what
That's better.
a biscuit is, a scone, basically.
biscuit is a scone. Hang on. I'm still here. I'm gonna sit down. That's better.
That's so good.
Right. I stress about the mise en scene.
So when you cut them all out and you've got these little extra bits, just push them together and just do a gentle little knead. And then you can roll that out again. Like so.
Tom, we have a question for you. Vela is asking if this is the first time you've ever been in the kitchen.
It's my first time in the kitchen.
Yes.
It looks like it, doesn't it? I think for me, it's a bit like I can't keep up with David's pace, you know. I don't know if I'm doing it right at all. I'm just so intimidated because I know that there's a lot expected of me after all these years of being horrible to people baking.
People are asking if you ever wear loungewear.
Say that again, David.
People are asking if you ever wear loungewear.
If I ever wear loungewear, never. This is my cooking suit.
Do you know? I said I was gonna wear a suit, and I can't.
Come on.
I shaved and I put a shirt on just for you.
Well, thank you for putting on your cowboy shirt.
Yeah.
I'm sort of doing it a bit. I think they're not going to be very even. They're not mixing very well. Because the trouble is, because I like the dough looked like that, and so then I just squashed it over to make it thicker, but now it's stupid.
I think it'll still work.
He's just folded it in half, basically.
Yeah, but that's.
I mean, put some milk in to mix.
You could put a bit of. Like, you could wet it. You could wet if they're kind of coming apart, you could wet them.
Okay. 1 minute.
I'm just washing them again.
I'm just going to squeeze it back. I'm just going to squeeze it all back. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to feel bad about ourselves. It's just getting squeezed back now.
By the way, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 12 scones. This should make 12 scones, about.
12. Hang on. I feel like when you did this with Amelia the other day, it wasn't like this.
Now, the people at home, if you want to, you can egg wash these, where you just beat up an egg and then you brush it on top. I don't want to waste an egg because eggs are in short supply at the moment, but I'm just going to brush with a little bit of milk, which gives it a little bit of a glaze.
I think, wait, just to give Tom a little bit of time to catch up, I'm just going to read some questions.
Okay.
So there's quite a few comments coming through. So Emily is asking, question, I made fruit scones this morning. I only had plain flour and no baking powder, so I put bread soda in. Is that mad?
No soda. So baking powder is a combination of soda plus something like cream of tartar, so an acid, so an alkaline and acid. And when they react with water, then they create carbon dioxide. If you're using soda on its own, as long as you put an acid into the mix, like lemon juice or vinegar, then that will react with the soda and you'll get the carbon dioxide bubbles as well. So no, soda's fine. Some recipes just use soda. Baking powder is just easy because it's got, like say, the alkaline and the acid, and it's got a buffer in there, so it doesn't react until it's wet.
And Tom, question from Hannah, jam first or cream? I guess it's for both, actually. Tom, jam first or cream?
What?
Jam first or cream? Asks Hannah.
Oh, sorry, say that. Sorry. What?
Jam
What?
first.
What?
Jam first or cream?
Oh, people love to go on about this, don't they? I think I don't care. I think I don't care. That's I think maybe cream first and then jam. But I think it's whatever mood I'm in.
Yeah. We didn't have cream when we were kids. We only had the jam, so I was just thinking of doing jam first.
Oh, David, nobody wants your sob stories.
Guys, Michelle says hi.
Oh, hi, Michelle.
Is it the Michelle?
The Michelle. Yes.
The Michelle.
Thanks by Michelle.
Bakes by Michelle. Blue tick.
Hi, Bakes by Michelle. Lovely to hear from her. Do you keep in contact with everybody you were in the tent with, David?
No, we don't speak anymore, really. We just pretend on social media.
That's what I mean. You keep in touch on social media.
Yeah, no, we do. We all chat, and when the people in London tend to hang out more as well, which is really nice. But yeah, we all are definitely still friends.
Because people in London are just better. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, it's just easier. It's just because then you don't have to make so much of an effort.
Yes, true.
But then also people visit London, so usually then you still see everyone because at different times they come to London.
They did visit London. Right. Somehow I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 12.
You've got 12?
Have I done it wrong?
No, it's not wrong because it depends on. It's always going to be slightly different. It depends on the size of your cutter and things.
Sure. Isn't that a lesson for life?
So, Tom, David is now, what are you covering on top of your scones, babe?
I just brushed with another milk, but you don't have to.
Hang on, I'm going to pick you both up. What?
I'm just doing it so I've got something to do. I've just been brushing mine with a little bit of milk on top. It just gives a slight glaze. But really, most people would brush with an egg, but I don't want to waste an egg.
We're not at the Savoy.
So, are we ready to go into the oven?
Look, no, they're on the table. You haven't told me anything about.
Yeah.
I have to put them on a baking tray.
But you've got your baking tray warming in the oven, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, are you going to use baking paper? Or not?
Baking. Yeah. Do you want me to put them on baking parchment?
I do, yeah.
So you don't grease the tray.
No. I used to, but I just find it easier to use this now.
Okay. Wait there. Wait there, please.
The cutter was a 5 centimeter cutter, guys, who are asking.
Yes, 5 centimeter. You can do it if you do. I think it's quite cute to do even smaller cutters, like 4 centimeter, 3 centimeter, to get really little scones that like mouthfuls. Right. So if we get our tray out of the oven now.
Guys, I'm giving Raul a shout out. Hey, Raul.
Hey, Raul.
What? Oh, hang on. Hang on, I'm not leaving. I'm still here.
I'm just going to leave this open for a bit.
So people who are asking if the tray should be heated, yes, the tray should have been preheated in the oven.
Yeah,
and then you can use baking paper.
Sorry, Nick, that
It's
wasn't very
not
clear. Say that again, Nick.
Preheating the tray is just a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry, Tom. I was just answering a question. People were asking if they need to preheat their tray.
Preheat the yeah,
That's
make
just
sure you
like-
preheat your tray.
It's like an extra tip to preheat the tray. You don't have to do it, but it means that you just get, they start, when they hit the heat in the oven, they start rising from the bottom straight away as well. And it's just something I've always done. So,
Is that okay like that?
we're just going to yes, definitely, yeah. We're just going to transfer to the tray.
Hold a second. Elliot says, Tom, get Linda to give you a hand.
Can you give me a hand?
No. Elliot says to get Linda to give you a hand.
Oh, Linda, could you help? All she does is sit there. She does nothing all day. Now, I haven't greased this paper. That's okay, though, right?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Oh, well, I haven't brushed it with milk. I haven't brushed them with milk yet.
Oh, you don't have to. Let's leave yours without and let's see what they look like afterwards. We're just using you as a guinea pig.
So people are asking if do you change the mix if you only have wholemeal flour?
Oh.
If it's wholemeal, it's quite tough for scones because scones, the white flour makes them a little bit more light and fluffy. So you wouldn't change the mix, but you might try adding a little bit more of the baking powder and just know that they're going to be a bit heavier. Right. Are we ready to go in the oven, Tom?
I'm going to brush with milk.
Oh, you are going to brush with milk. Okay.
Wait.
People are, Tom, can you hear us? People are saying that Linda is trying to do the Paul Hollywood stare.
Say that again, please.
People are saying that Linda's trying to do the Paul Hollywood stare.
Oh, she's always trying to steal attention, I find. I'm dusting with milk.
Yeah.
I am physically exhausted.
This is your exercise for the day.
Is my what?
This is your exercise.
I mean, this is basically my workout. I did do my workout yesterday. It's very difficult to do a boxing class over FaceTime, I'll tell you that.
People are saying this is amazing with Stan. Someone is asking, what did David think of Tanum Bake Off?
I mean, he was very good. Tan was very good. You can tell that he takes Bake Off very seriously. And I guess with the celebrity one, you're not always getting people that are taking it that serious, and he definitely does. And he said he practiced a lot. I thought his final cake looked incredible.
Are you guys putting them in the oven now?
Yes.
Shall I put them in the oven?
Yeah, so we're going to put them in the oven for 10 minutes.
Yes, Tom, for 10 minutes.
Alexa, timer 10 minutes.
Is that right?
Starting now.
Yeah, so we'll see how they go after 10 minutes. They should be done.
People are saying, Sue is saying, Tom, they look great.
They say I look great.
Yes.
Perfect.
And also someone is asking if Linda's got hands to give you a Hollywood handshake.
No, she hasn't. She did have a duster stuck up her sleeve at one point. No, I'm not going to... No, Linda. Stop shaking your head. Come on, wake up. She's passed out drunk.
Someone says, Nick, please ask Tom how his suit's not dirty.
How does he what?
How is your suit not dirty?
Oh, I'm just immaculate, aren't I, in the kitchen? It's a sign of a great cook, I think.
Also, people are asking the temperature of the oven.
Temperature on 180 degrees, or 190 if you're not fan assisted. 180 if you're fan assisted.
Yeah, we're fan assisted here. What do you think we are?
So do you know what, Tom? One of the things that I've been thinking about now we're in lockdown is what I'm going to do with my hair. At what point do I have to get it cut? So you've got it easy.
Oh wait, we have a lag. We're reconnecting. Tom is reconnecting.
Has it gone?
No, it's kind of like a face stuck on the screen. Oh, Tom, we lost you for a sec. Can you hear us? Here we go. Wait, you're reconnecting again.
I'm back.
Here we go. Can you hear us now?
I'm back. Can you see me?
Yes. Perfectly.
Sorry about that.
I cannot.
Terrible reception here.
Where are you? Where do you live?
Bromley.
Oh,
Exactly.
I once missed my stop on the train and ended up in Bromley.
That will happen to you, yeah.
Yeah. And I got fish and chips and then went home again.
Fun story, though.
Yeah.
What I was going to say to you, David, is a couple of things while we're waiting. I tried to do your sourdough thing, right?
Yeah.
Put it in that, and then I don't know what. I just put some flour and water in a jar, and then I did that on Monday. Did I do it wrong? Was there other things I was supposed to do?
You kind of each day you're meant to put some more flour and water in.
So because I haven't, does that mean it's knackered?
No, you could just start again. Now, in fact, some sourdough starter recipes, they just put the flour and water at the start of the week and then they just leave it for 5 or 6 days. So you can do that. You could, but now you can just keep on adding now, because there's microorganisms on the flour, so bacteria and yeast, and you're just hoping to grow those. And the reason why you add more flour each day is that you're just hoping, because you don't know where, it's kind of a lottery who's going to get those nice yeasts and bacteria. And so you just keep on putting more in to try and get them. Has it gone, or did it go all bubbly or not?
No, it looks like flour and water. You know, the sort of thing people at the end of term would throw at people.
Yeah, I think you probably need to refresh. So if you add some more, and then and you need to do that over a couple of days.
And then I should. Oh, somebody's being mean about my baking already. I need a glass of wine as well. Yes, so I've done that. Okay, so I'll add to it then. I'll add to it.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, David? Gin and tonic?
Water.
Typical.
Just...
Oh, well, that's nice. Also, my mum was very keen. She got a recipe for scones here.
She's not doing ours.
Already.
Oh wait, we're buffering.
I'm here. I'm back.
Is your mum not doing our recipe?
Sorry?
Is your mum not doing ours?
Oh, well, she's not. She's gone out for a walk. But she got this from a school trip that we once went on. And she's kept that forever. And her recipe is self-raising flour sifted, butter or margarine, 1.5 ounces, 1/4 pint of milk, 1.5 tablespoons sugar, pinch of salt, a little extra flour. So no baking powder in that one. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's a really similar recipe. I love ounces. I grew up with ounces. So that's almost the same. Some scone recipes do have like eggs and a lot more sugar in. And they tend to be flatter. Have you ever had a fat rascal?
Yes, I have. That's a northern thing, isn't it? From Betty's Tea Room.
Yes. So that's like a scone that has a lot more, it has egg, it has a lot more sugar in, and they just don't rise nicely, they kind of sit down. But they're really sweet and you don't need to add any jam.
I don't think they're that nice.
Good. Have you looked at your scones?
Yes, I have. They're doing all right, actually. Yeah. We're kind of halfway through. I'm embarrassed to show you the oven, really.
Guys, someone's saying, did you put an egg in the scones?
No
You're
egg in the scones.
obsessed with putting eggs in scones. All of you calm down. There's no egg in the scones. How many more times? Some people.
No eggs. No eggs, guys.
No eggs. No eggs. Can I bake with my shirt? I don't think that's for me. Mine are rising.
Yeah, mine are rising a bit. They're okay.
Mine are rising. Do you want to see them?
My self-raising flour is quite old as well.
I don't want to dwell on mine for too long because I'm worried I haven't cleaned the oven. That's the sort of thing you can do, isn't it, if you're set up for this?
Yeah.
I'm not set up for this sort of thing.
Some people get their ovens professionally cleaned just to be able to do this. The influencers.
Do they? Eggs. Somebody's going, no eggs. Oh, fine. Somebody's
Abby asks, can you ask soy milk? Can you use, soy milk?
Yes, you can definitely use plant-based milks as well. So you can use soy, almond, rice, oat, any of those kind of milks. I quite often do the vegan scones.
So Simran has a question. What's your favorite childhood food memories? Both of you.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
Food memory. Food related. Oh wait, I think Tom's frozen. One sec.
First time I had a pizza.
Here we go.
See, we had an apple orchard, and I used to like picking the apples so we could make apple crumble. That's probably
David, not all of us grew up in the railway, children.
I can't remember when I had a pizza. Oh yeah, my mum used to make homemade pizzas. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice. Was the orchard in your back garden?
Yeah, we had like a garden that went down a hill, and then there was a valley with a steam engine and things, and our orchard was at the bottom.
Stop it. That's not true. No, that's not true.
It is true. I'll send you a picture.
You're like Jenny Agutter. One day you're going to be starring in Call the Midwife.
Oh, I would love that. I would actually like that.
Oh yeah, I love Call the Midwife. It's a great way to cry, isn't it? Great way to get all your crying done for the week.
Yeah, exactly. What have you been watching at the moment, Tom, while you've been locked in? Can you give us some tips?
What have I been doing?
Oh, watching.
Oh, watching. I've been watching Feel Good. My friend Mae Martin made. That's a great show on Channel 4. And also I've been watching Shrill.
I've not heard. What's Shrill?
Shrill is on iPlayer, and it's about this girl in America who's a journalist.
Okay, we'll have to give that a go. We started watching a thing called Tiger Man. Tiger Man?
Oh, yeah,
Tiger
everybody's
Man.
watching that.
Tiger King. Do you know what? It's quite an outrageous story, and I just think it's really badly put together because it's 7 episodes, and like for each episode, nothing that much happens in each episode. It's probably, I think it could have been a really good story done better, done as a single documentary. But it's quite good.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Everybody goes mad for.
Yeah, and then you wonder who hypes it up, and then everyone says they love it. I don't know. I'm just going to check my scones again.
Oh, yeah. How are we doing? Oh, we're nearly there.
Guys, shall I do more questions?
David, you can't just flash your bum at everybody. Jeez.
Just checking my scones.
Guys, Alice says hi.
Alice. Hey, Alice.
Hi. Everyone is watching Tiger King, yes. Sexy eyes, Tom. Thank you, Susanna Trout. People are always asking things like, anyway, stop looking at those questions. I might have to run up and get my charger in a minute, because apparently this is like winding through my battery like nobody's business. But how are yours looking anyway?
Yeah, they're not as peaky as I was hoping, but they're okay. They're fine. I think I've just got really old self-raising flour, so I don't really use it very often.
Well, because you always make your own.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think I just make bread more, so I've got a lot of bread flour.
Could you make scones with bread flour?
You can, because of the gluten. Because the thing with scones is you want a low... Alexa, stop. You want a low protein thing, so that it stays like crumbly and soft. Whereas bread flour would make them a little bit tough. They'll be okay, but they just wouldn't be as soft.
Or what do you think about in America when they have, what do they call a scone? Something else. That's more of a bready scone, isn't it?
They call it a biscuit, yeah.
Biscuit, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, and they quite often have it as kind of like with a stew even. Like biscuits.
Yeah, like a dumpling. Like a dumpling.
Yeah, or they call them baking powder biscuits. Yeah, they're okay. They're not as good as the British scone.
No, nothing's as good as a British scone, or indeed scone.
So my Alexa told me my time's up. Is your time up?
In what, on this earth?
Yeah.
I feel like it might be. I don't know. I mean, don't look too long, but the oven needs cleaning. I think mine need a...
It's kind of like 10 to 12 minutes, so we'll see. I'm going to have a look at mine.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Wait, David, to repeat that, because it's almost frozen.
Hang on, I'm going to prop you up against the cruise again.
I'm going to put mine in for another few minutes.
Yeah, mine are going to be a few minutes. That 10-minute thing was absolute nonsense. I don't know what you were thinking.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's kind of between 10 and 15 minutes. It depends. Basically, you want to look after 10, because if they're really browned after 10 and golden, because some people's ovens just seem to be, like Amelia's oven's always really hot. So you want to take them out if they're browned. But if they're still quite pale...
They've got very hot ovens.
Yeah, some people like... But if they're really pale, then just leave them in for another few minutes.
Oh, fine. Okay, well, we're leaving it now. I mean, it's a good job I can fill. But,
Tom, we have a question for you. What bake on the extra slice surprised you the most, good or bad?
What surprised me the most? Hang on, I'm going to pick you back up again. Hang on
Yeah.
a moment.
So the question is, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh, that's my reflection.
Yeah. The question is, what bake on the extra slice surprised you the most, good or bad?
We had one where someone made a cake that had udders on it, and if you squeeze the udders in Dairy Week, if you squeeze the udders, then milk came out of them. But I'm sure it won't take much for our followers to imagine what that actually looked like when I did it, and it was deemed inappropriate to be shown before 9 o'clock on television. But it was funny in the studio.
You know, my friend at work, she proposed on Extra Slice.
Oh, when I was there?
Yeah, last year, yeah.
They just got married, didn't they?
Yes, yeah.
They sent me a message. I was so happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's a happy story to come out of these difficult times.
Extra Slice was so much fun. I really liked that. When Bake Off was stressful, Extra Slice was fun.
Oh, well, we tried to have a bit of a laugh. Jo Brand's the best. She's so nice.
Yeah, she's really good. And there's always such good people on the panel, so yeah, I love
Yeah, they're always a laugh. Yeah, we had that was fun on your one. That was the only thing on the last one, we don't get much time to talk to you because there's 3 of you.
Yeah, and my favourite bit of Extra Slice is when you go out into the audience with the bakers and
thank you.
Chat through their bakes.
Oh, we didn't do that on the last one, did we? I just went and shouted at the old bakers.
Yeah, which is fun as well.
I was a bit horrible to some of them as well, and they looked a bit sad. I was a bit worried because I said to Dan, like, who are you? Because he went out in the first week. And I thought he'd laugh, but he looked really upset.
I do remember.
I said sorry after. Yeah, but no, I don't know. I think I'm doing all right on battery at the moment. But anyway, but what have you guys been doing apart from dancing and cycling?
How are yours looking now, Tom? Because mine is smelling like they're basically baked.
Oh, that's a good sense to use, isn't it?
Yeah, because when the sugars start,
I'd say they look insipid.
oh, do they? Keep them in a bit longer then. When the sugars start to caramelize and you get the browning, then you can usually smell it's kind of.
Oh, I
it's
bet
baked.
I've messed this up.
No, we'll get there.
So difficult. Life is so difficult, David.
I'm gonna have a quick check.
Look at you with your jelly molds on the raw wall.
Well, that's my bunt tin that I did for Dairy Week. I've never had one before. They were expensive as well. You had to buy. I want to buy the best, so it's a cast iron one. It costs like £50 or something.
Forget it. What's that one made of?
Cast iron.
Cast iron.
Gold
Wow.
paint.
Wow, is it Victorian?
No.
Well, oh, somebody's saying apparently I needed it too much. Story of my life. I needed it too much, and that's why they're not browning.
It'd be why they wouldn't rise as much, but maybe not browning.
I don't know. Maybe the ovens are just a bit slow at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah,
What sort of?
And that's okay. That's fine. They're not scones aren't something that brown very quickly because they don't have a high. When these have got a high sugar content, then they brown very quickly. These don't have a high sugar
caramelization,
content.
of course.
Exactly. Got it.
Exactly.
Okay, we have a suggestion from Vela that David should serve up his scones on his bake-off cake stand.
Oh yeah. Did you, David? Where is that cake stand? I hope you haven't sold it.
No, but for a long time it was a plant stand. So for the most time of its life it's been a plant stand. But now the plant got moved, so now it is just up here.
Oh, don't smash it, please. Don't smash it. Be careful, David. What is this?
Here we go.
OnlyFans.
It's a little bit dirty.
Oh, give it a nice wipe down with the J cloth. Why don't you?
Give it a bit of a buff.
Do you know what a big deal that is? Don't wipe off the wording.
Yeah, it's got something on it actually. Oh, it's a scratch. It's got a scratch on it.
Great. Very cherished that thing should be.
Very cherished.
Hang on, I'm gonna Phil for a minute because I'm gonna go and get my charger from upstairs. I'm gonna leave you on the La Creuset. Just talk to Linda for a minute. I'll be back in a
more
minute.
questions.
Hang on.
Wait, we're going. I mean, someone is asking who your favorite football teams are.
Football teams. I mean, me and Tom probably have the same favourite football team. Manchester, maybe.
I'm just going through questions.
The question is now, what do people put on their scones? Because ideally, you want to put some jam and some cream. I actually don't think, if you're going to go with jam and cream, I would go the full hog and put like a strawberry or a piece of strawberry and just with icing sugar. But we don't have any cream. We've got some jam and we don't really have any fruit. So you can kind of just put whatever you want on. I've got some yogurt. I think I'm just going to have mine with jam and yogurt.
You got yogurt on your scones?
Yeah, because that's all we've really got that's kind of creamy. You could probably have a scone and cheese, actually.
Yeah.
I think the cheese scone.
People are asking, what was your job before Bake Off?
My job. I still do the same job. I work as a health advisor for a charity. So I started off as an intensive care nurse, and then I did global health qualifications. So now I work in healthcare for kind of, a big charity that works in lots of different countries in Africa and Asia. And I still work for them for 3 days a week.
That's nice, David.
Well, do you know what? It's because also it's like that's something I know and I'm good at. So I think if I just did
What, winning Bake Off
media
wasn't
stuff.
enough to prove that you were good at baking as well? How needy are you, David?
But no, but like if I do all the media things, I always feel like I'm a bit lost and I don't know what I'm doing. Whereas being able to still do the job that I can just go each day, I know what I'm doing. Like I saw you on Sports Relief. You were just so natural and cool because that's your job. For me, I was just like, what am I doing? I've got no idea.
But you were lovely on Sports Relief. Did you have fun doing that triathlon?
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed, because I ran most of the run with Richie, and he was broken, his knees and his ankle. So basically, the whole 10K, I was just trying to keep him going. But yeah, that was really good fun.
How did you keep him going?
Just distraction, just talking to him. Sometimes I kept on talking about things that he liked, which wasn't really helping because then he just wished he was not running.
Oh,
but
so you
around
about things you didn't like.
Yeah. But around Television Centre's not a very nice run. We were basically running through industrial parks in the rain.
Oh, in Salford?
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah,
like it looked great when you came to the last bit, but
they kept calling it the piazza outside, the piazza, and I thought it's a car park in Salford. I wouldn't. I think
it definitely was a car park
and all that.
I'm going to take mine out now, I think.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to have a look at mine.
I'm struggling.
Hang on. If I open the door.
Yeah.
If I open the door, will that ruin everything?
No, you can open the door and have a look. Not with scones. Some things that are very aerated and then they collapse after.
You know what? They're near. I want to give them like 1.5 more minutes. That's what I want to do.
Good plan.
I can smell some burning, but that might. I don't know what that is. That could be any.
Right.
Guys, someone is asking if you could be a cake, what would you be?
If I was a cake, what would I be?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be a souffle, I think.
Souffle.
It's not a cake, is it? I'd be a Victoria sponge.
Why?
I don't know.
It's very vanilla.
I just think it's a good drag name apart from anything else.
That's true.
That's true.
I was called that was my drag name when I was made up at Drag Race.
Oh, did they call you Victoria Sponge?
Yeah, the audience picked Victoria Sponge. Basically, Henry had come up with the best one, which was what was it? Oh, Henry came up with the best one, but then I can't remember what it was anymore. It was Kit Sinead. Kit Sinead. That was the best one. But everyone decided I was going to be called Victoria Sponge. Okay. If I was going to be a cake, I would be a Battenberg because I like the flavour and it's just colourful.
Oh. I mean, it's not funny, but it's interesting.
True.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to see if all your advice has come good. Has it worked? Oh, look. Look, everyone. Look. Look. Look,
yes.
everyone. Exhausted. Look. Oh, thank God. I think, has it worked, David? Has it worked? Did I do okay?
Yes, I think so. What you can do while they're still a bit warm, you could always like break one open just to see if it's nice and kind of fluffy in the middle.
All right, hang on. I'm going to put you up against the recruiter.
And it should smell delicious.
Break one open, okay. Oh, yeah.
Just gently prise one apart.
They're stuck to the paper, David.
Oh, really?
Oh, no,
what
they're not.
No.
They're actually beautiful. David, you're a wonder.
Yes.
You're a marvel.
And it's probably best to let them cool before. Well, no, like kind of. You know when people say cool, I always think it's like cold. It should just be. Let them just cool for kind of 15 minutes so they've got a little bit of warmth still.
That's all any of us want, isn't it? Just a little bit of warmth.
A little bit of warmth.
In these things. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I'm going to try one now, actually. I didn't actually break that very well.
Guys, Priya says hi.
Hey, Priya.
Bon Maman, of course. Bon Maman's coming out.
Yeah, but I just like the jars afterwards. I was like saving the jars for
your endless sourdough starters.
Yeah. That is a really good scone.
C'est bon, Maman?
C'est bon.
Wow.
C'est bon, Maman.
This has been so much fun, David. I hope it's saved so that we can cherish this forever.
I'm hoping so.